Good morning and welcome back to Let's Solve an Acrostic Early Bird Edition. I was up way too early this morning, so let's go ahead and take a crack at this thing. As usual, starting from scratch, no hints, no nothing, just pop it open and work it through. So let's see, we start at the top here, looking to see if there's any unusual notes. The answer seems to be no. So we'll now go into the clue section, and we're doing a couple things here. We're looking for commonalities among the clues and just seeing what we can solve. So let's see here. Not seeing anything immediately in terms of commonalities, although that certainly will come to be. All right, let's start here. This is one that I just happen to know. Texas Christian University mascot. These guys are the horned? It's the horned frog. I think the team is the Horned Frogs, plural, but the mascot is, I'm pretty sure, just a single horned frog. Devices that Duke University provided all incoming undergraduates in 2004. Did they even have iPads back then? I was going to say iPads, but 2004 is throwing me off. Abandoned or discarded, we're going to have an ED here, very likely. Let's go ahead and put in our freebies. That's going to be an S. We're going to have an S here. This looks a little tough. I'm sensing an Africa theme here. We've got 13 countries to gain independence from France. That's likely to be in Africa. Let's see. We've got the river that flows into Lake Albert. I'm pretty sure that's in Africa. 1966 movie featuring a lioness, probably going to be in Africa. What might that movie be? Don't know. Present day home of the Lucy fossil. Yeah, so I'm sensing an African theme. Tested for purity and strength. We're going to have very likely an ED here. Tempered? Tested though. T-E-M-P. No. Tested for purity or strength. Not created with purity or strength. Pigs and antelopes. Again, we're going to have... No, these guys are... has something to do with their hooves. But I can't quite think of it. Early parental assignment. Early parental assignment. Well, you're often changing diapers. I'm going to go with that. That's probably not it. But no, that's not it. Because look, we have a DG over here. That is not it. But if our letter ends with G, if our word ends with G, it's very likely ING, which would mean that this word starts with an N. Early parental assignment. Something about nap time? Don't know yet. First lady who forbids tears in song. Goodness. Oh, okay. Don't Cry for Me, Argentina. Wasn't Evita Peron the first lady of Argentina? Let's go with Evita. All right, that's pretty nice. Now we have a long word here at the top that starts with a V. Not sure what that's going to be yet, but that's a good start. Okay, here's a freebie. We're going to TO for 2. Do we have any here? This is very likely our 3-letter specials. Obviously, we can switch that up if it's not working. Here we have a 3-letter word that ends with F. That's unusual. How many 3-letter words end with F? Elf? Oaf? That's going to be a tricky one. Footwear for a sharp dresser. Sharp dresser. Now that sounds like a man, but a sharp type of footwear would be a stiletto. S-T-I-L-E-T-T-O. Footwear for a sharp dresser. Some type of super fancy shoes. What would those be? Artistic patterns, literary or musical themes. I'm going to go here with motifs. Oh, okay. So here's another common 3-letter word that ends with F. How about off? Something off. Down here. All right. Hikers challenge in Maine, vertiginous walkway in Zambia. 2 words, probably going to be something about steps or a climb. And it's going to be awfully high in the sky. Pigs and antelopes, e.g. We'll put an S here. Pursue women promiscuously, semicolon, certain pet. Certain pet? How many pets start with a T? I mean, what do you have? Dogs, cats, birds, ferrets, rabbits. Pursue women promiscuously. I don't know. Pinwheel or top. Okay, this is a spinning toy of some kind, a whirly gig. Whirly, oh, what the hell? That is a complete guess, and it's probably not right, but what the heck? It's first thing that came to mind. All right, well, let's see if we've got a word here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It ends with GH, so the final, or GH something. So this is very likely a T here. light, bright, whatever. Could be bright. Second of 13 countries to gain independence from France in 1960. Well, the only one I can think of that's structured like this is Togo, T-O-G-O, thanks to this G here. All right. Could this long word here be Mississippi? M-I-S-S-I-S-S. Yeah, oh, what the heck? Yeah, let's go for it. M-I-S-S-I-T-E-I. We're just gonna, and maybe this has to do with rivers, African rivers, U.S. rivers. This one's going to be an F or an N, of or on. Let's see what that Mississippi did for us. Did it help? No, not as much as I would have thought. Mazza something, author of The Shadow King? No idea. Vivaciousness or elan? Something like impish, but it's going to be more of a noun than an adjective. Okay. All right. We're thinking about Africa, and one of the natural, perhaps rivers, lakes, what have you. One of the few things I know about Africa is that there's a thing called Victoria Falls, and here's a V, and here's an L. So let's just see what happens if I start putting this in. Victoria. I don't even know where Victoria Falls is. Is it in like Uganda somewhere? Victoria Falls. Let's just go with that. And how that's going to tie into the Mississippi, I do not know. The Mississippi something off something. But we're just guessing, so let's go with Victoria Falls right there. How does that help? We don't have too many uncommon letters. We have a C down here. Abandoned or discarded. Ditched, maybe? D-I-T-C-H-E-D. Sounds very plausible. Present day home for the Lucy fossil. 2 words ending with A. Don't have enough to go on for that yet. Animals whose aggregation is called a crash. It's a crash of, aren't these typically like birds? A crash of rhinoceros? That's not long enough. Dino. I think it's typically birds, right? A crash of ravens or crows or something. All right, let's see. What else do we have here? Tested for purity or strength. This thing is not assured. A-S-P. Don't know. Here's a word that blank W-I blank blank. The only things I can think of here are ones that start with T, like twist or twice. Let's go with twist. To twist, let's just randomly say the. To twist the something. To twist the. I don't know. Footwear for a sharp dresser. shoe, I don't know, spats of some kind. Rye. Animals whose aggregation is called a crash. R-H-I-N-O-S. That doesn't help. Oh. Okay, maybe this is iPads. Could be iPods. Did they even have iPads in 2004? So this is either an O or an A, and it's just a two-letter word, so it could be either one. An, at. And now in the author and title section down here, we've got a with, something something with, but then there's three weird letters here, which suggests that that D might not be correct. River that flows into Lake Albert. Two words. Boy, I should figure out my African geography. Okay, something's wrong here. This is either OT. Oh, I'll bet ditched is wrong. But that C is probably right. But it can't be pitched, because we still have the same problem. Could this word be drone? Here. (1966) movie featuring a lioness. Two words. Gosh, I mean, we had two words, Tarzan, but then there's only two letters left. Africa. Africa something. Africa ho. Africa. Could that F? No, that F's not right. But is this P? What is this P doing? Mississippi. Something off. Passing off. Parting. Passing. Pigs and antelopes. Alright, aren't these guys called ungulates? U-N-G-U-L-A-T-E-S. I think that's the scientific word for those types of animals. So this would produce something like, oh geez, pausing, P-L-U, What does this G here do for us? Fingers. This feels like right now a word that's going to end in an S. But I guess it could be something like figure, or something along this with the structure of figure. So this is going to be an E maybe, or an S. If it's an S, does that help on present-day Homo lucy fossil? 2 words. That's probably in like the British Museum or something, unless they brought it back to Africa. And if that's an E, it doesn't help either way. Victoria Falls, I mean, that's a pretty specific way to start this clue, or this quote. What's going to be here? Blank AN. Man can. That H doesn't seem right. Down there. Alright, so now that we have a little bit of a revised section here in the author and title, let's go with something with you. Y-O-U. Something, something, something with you. What does this Y do for us here? Puts it at the end. Alright. And the Y here, okay, seduction setting in Some Like It Hot. I'm thinking that's maybe a yacht. Saw that movie a long time ago. But this makes abandoned or discarded start with an O. Out. Could be outcast, where our ED was not a good assumption. Let's see what happens there. That seems terrible, mostly because we have a 2-letter word that ends with U. So, and we've got a double A down here, which doesn't seem right at all. So let's put our ED back. What's this I doing here? Something, 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 EI? Oh, the Africa thing is probably not right either. But let's put this O back. Victoria Falls, long word that ends with I-O. So what's gonna terminate a word like this? I-O-N-S, maybe? Alright, here I'm gonna go with and right here. The blank and the blank. Very likely of here, which means that abandoned or discarded would be off something. Offcast? Offcast? Is that a thing? I suppose. That would make this word probably something like those. T-H-O-S-E. Offcast. Kind of odd. Like a rich jewel in an... Romeo describing Juliet. Like a rich jewel in an... Ooh, I've just seen this show, but I don't remember the quote. Present-day home of the Lucy fossil. It's going to be in a natural history museum, likely. Japanese term for a group leader. Okay. The only word I can think of along any of these lines is a sensei, but that's probably not right. But that does produce sunset here. I'm pretty happy with ungulates, but that would be, and I'm happy with whirligig and horned frog. So this N is likely not right. To twist the we are getting more and more close to the idea of animals whose aggregation is called a crash. How is that not right? Nah. But isn't it CEROS? We don't have enough words. We don't have enough letters. What else could it be? Where's this R go? Here and here. That doesn't, not super helpful. Crash of hip. It's not hippopotamus either. It's got, I really feel like it's rhino, but how do we not have enough letters here? Alright, a word like this, blank H blank blank, is going to be very likely something like what or that. So if I put an AT in here, what does that do for us? Tested for purity or strength. Boy, this one's tough. Hardy perennial grown for pasturage and hay. Some type of grass. Man, this whole thing is particularly hard. Taper off or dump on. feel like this word here is going to end with an S. And this is likely an N right here, but I'm not going to go with that. So if this is an S, there's going to be a shoe, spats. That's terrible. Terrible. I'm happy with shoe something. But that is really bad. Early parental assignment. I mean, we got naps, we got diapers, we got food, feeding, late night bottles. Vivaciousness or elan. Sort of a joie de vivre, sort of a style, let's put a T here. What happens if it's a W? That's bad. Let's make this a T. River that flows into Lake Albert. Taper off or dump on. Alright, I'm going to start winging it. We're going to put a the here And this word I'm just going to declare is mighty. Mighty Mississippi. And we're going to just take it from that. Alright, tested for purity or strength. Is that assayed? A-S-S-A-Y-E-D? Which makes something in here wrong. Alloyed? No, that's when you create something. Mazza. Okay, I'm again winging it. I've got the mighty Mississippi, something off, something, but this feels like San Francisco Bay. This is the most wild guessing. I've done in a long time. I am really just winging it. And what does that do for us down here? Okay. 1966 movie featuring a lioness. Still don't know. Taper off, dump on. That's messed up. Footwear for a sharp dresser is also messed up. That really has not helped us. Oh, okay. Hardy perennial known for pasturage and hay. That's actually feeling like alfalfa. Alright, so that F stays where it is. And what is this F? AF, so this is going to be an O here. That something, those, of fingers, something. Okay, but I'm feeling pretty good about alfalfa. And what is this name? It's probably going to be a Brad. Okay. Brad something. All right. I can't believe that we're actually getting somewhere from this ridiculous guessing. But vivaciousness or elan is esprit, right? Like spirit? E-S-P-R-I-T? Esprit? Alright, and this mighty Mississippi is now pouring off from San Francisco Bay? That makes no sense. Brad something. Oh boy, we are really, really winging it. of this is because these clues are just so hard. River that flows into Lake Albert. I have no idea. Hiker's Challenge in Maine. No idea. Cliff something? I mean, you just gotta know more geography. Cliff Edge? Seriously, just guessing. Okay. Well, something good is happening. If this Cliff Edge, absolutely random guess is true, then we've got golden. Alright, it looks like we're maybe talking about different great landmarks of the world, because we've got Victoria Falls here, we've got San Francisco Bay here, mighty Mississippi. Could this be the Golden Gate Bridge? I am telling you what are we doing here? Golden Gate Bridge. What? Is this about San Francisco? We've got Golden Gate Bridge, something to twist the something, and the blank of the mighty Mississippi. What is going on here? Well, what did Golden Gate Bridge do for us? Down in this area. Okay. Alright, in B here, and everyone who's possibly even listening to this has been yelling at me forever. Animals, right now we've got, this is the plural, rhinoceri, C-E-R. For both of you who are actually following this video, there we go, rhinoceri. Now that's going to be, so this W is, okay, if that W is right, then what are we missing here? This is probably right. Okay, so that's probably not a T. It's not twist. How about twice? To twice the height? To twice the something, Golden Gate Bridge, something to twice the weight, height? How about height? Height, H-E-I-G-H-T, height, and the blank, to twice the height and the something of the mighty Mississippi. Okay, holy cow, something is coming together somehow. Alright, now we have the 1966 movie featuring a lioness. How about Born Free? Born Free, that's my final answer. Rhinoceri, alfalfa. Taper off or dump on, we still don't know. Diffuse, dump on. Don't know. Early parental assignment, still don't know that one. Evita, it seems okay. River that flows into Lake Albert, still don't know. Is this M? That M might not be right. Because if it is, that's a TM, and that's ridiculous. Unless this T is wrong. But the T probably seems right. So, pursue women promiscuously, certain pet, TIG, tiger. All right. Here's a word that I think is going to be double, D-O, because we're talking about twice the height, etc. Double those. This is not fingers. I was just making stuff up here. Motifs is right. This N, who knows, probably wrong. The G is right. The E, who knows. The R is correct. The S, don't know. Probably. Oh! Alright. Present day home of the Lucy fossil. Could it be in Ethiopia? And could it be in the capital of Ethiopia, which is Addis Ababa? A-D-D-I-S-A-B-A-B-A. Addis Ababa. Okay. I don't know what is happening here yet, but I'm going with Addis Ababa and Ethiopia. Victoria Falls, something double those of Niagara Falls? N-I-A-G-A-R-A, Niagara Falls. Victoria Falls, something that double those of Niagara Falls. Something Golden Gate Bridge. Raised to twice the height? Oh no. To twice something height and the twice the height and the something of the mighty Mississippi pouring off. Victoria Falls. I like double those of Niagara Falls. Okay, so starting here. Born free, rhinoceri. Taper off or dump on. Is that H? Where's that H coming from? Here? Diminish. D-I-M-I-N-I-S-H. Diminish. Dump on. Diminish? Oh, sort of. Okay. If you're kind of like, you know, insulting somebody or whatever, you're diminishing them somehow. Victoria Falls. Dimensions? D-I-M. We're talking about the height, the width, the size, etc. Dimensions. R? Something? Alright, what did that do for us? Messed up cliff edge, tell you that much. R. like a rich jewel in an what? Ethiopia. Imagine here. Could this be something about the Nile? Little Nile? Something? White Nile? Something Nile? Could this be into? But that we're still not pouring into San Francisco Bay. Here's water, W-A-T-E-R. Ah, maybe this is stilettos. E-T, stilettos. Maybe that is stilettos. I cannot believe we're actually getting close to finishing this thing. This has been not easy. At all. Alright, I'm happy with stilettos. Ah, early parental assignment is naming. There we go. And this is more, very likely, more than double those of, oh, right, here we go. Victoria Falls dimensions are more than double those of Niagara Falls, period. Imagine the deck. Imagine the something of the Golden Gate Bridge. Imagine the blank of the Golden Gate Bridge. Imagine the deck. I'm going to say deck. Oh, tomcat. Come on, but tomcats aren't pets. Aren't tomcats feral cats? Anyway. And then this is knife edge, not cliff edge. All right. Did we finish this thing? Huh, Japanese term for a group leader, honcho, head honcho. If that's true, that's pretty funny. Alright, Victoria Falls dimensions are more than double those of Niagara Falls. Imagine the deck of the Golden Gate Bridge raised to twice its height, and the water of the mighty Mississippi. Okay. Oh my God, we finished it in less than an hour. Jeez, that was difficult. Victoria Falls dimensions are more than double the. I was truly surprised when those sparkles hit. Victoria Falls dimensions are more than double those of Niagara Falls. Imagine the deck of the Golden Gate Bridge raised to twice its height, and the water of the mighty Mississippi pouring off into San Francisco Bay. Oh, okay. So you've got this giant high waterfall that's twice the height of the Golden Gate Bridge, dumping Mississippi water into San Francisco Bay. Very impressive. And then we have Brad Newsham, Take Me With You. All right. So our answers are Born Free, Rhinoceri, Alfalfa, Diminish, Naming, Evita, White Nile. I can't believe that was correct. Stilettos. The original guess was correct. Honcho. Truly just backed into that one. Addis Ababa. Came up with that one very late. Mengiste. I did not clearly know that one. Just filled it in randomly. Togo. Acade. Knife edge. Esprit. Motifs. What is this? Ethiop's ear? Like a rich jewel in an Ethiop's ear. Okay. Whirligig, was it completely out of nowhere guess that turned out to be right? iPods, not iPads. Tomcats, I think that's a little bit of a not great clue. Horned frog was the first one we got. Yacht, offcast, and ungulates. Holy moly. Well, congratulations to us. It only took an hour. This is the longest solve I've had on this series, but pretty proud of this one. So, well done, and good luck to you as well solving this thing, because this one was a bear. Bye.